All right, guys, so I'm going to talk to you about my new second favorite full foam paddle, the Bread and Butter Loco. So this now, I've got it ranked just behind the Boomstick, to be completely honest, and just ahead of the Honolulu J6CR. So I know there's been a lot of hype around the J6CR. There's been a lot of hype around this paddle. They are both full foam paddles, EPP full foam paddles, and that is not to be confused with MPP, which is another type of full foam paddle. That's what Luz Inferno uses, and many others. But we're gonna talk about this one here. So it's been compared a lot to the Selkirk Boomstick. People say that it's a top tier paddle, top tier power paddle. I've seen people rank it as their best paddle of the year. And so I had to try it. I gave it a lot of gameplay. I played some pro games with it, or at least games against pros. I can't really play on the PPA tour anymore, but that's another topic for another day. So I would say this paddle in terms of pop, just pop off the face and counters, is very good. So I felt like, you know, it's maybe just slightly behind the Boomstick in terms of, like, if you just want to pop a backhand volley or something awkward off the face, it's great basically. But you got to have some weight here, and some weight here. That was big for me. So this paddle benefits a lot from weight. Some paddles benefit more from weight than others. The Yola Pro 4, I don't even put weight on it when I use it. The Boomstick, I keep the weight where it is on the MOI, and then I put a little here, a little here. With this one, I put weight here, and then a big slab of weight down here. So granted, this is a hybrid shape, so it's gonna have a slightly lower swing weight, so you probably wanna put a little more weight on it if you're used to an elongated shape, which I am, and that's what I did. And I felt like when I had weight on it, it definitely sort of unlocked the paddle's full potential. And so for me, it's a little denser than the Boomstick. I actually felt a little more comfortable just ripping serves and ripping drives with this paddle because I felt more confident in knowing where the ball is gonna go. I felt like with a Boomstick, obviously, if you really try to hit a serve hard, you don't always know where the ball is gonna go. It could go anywhere. With this, a little more control, I think, on fast swing speed shots, but I actually felt like on slow swing speed shots, like resets and drops, I preferred the Boomstick. And I know that might sound a little crazy, but I think a big part of that is because the bottom of the Boomstick is a little bit better than the bottom of this one. And I have a feeling that's because the the EVA floating core foam around here might be a little bit softer. And a little bit softer EVA means that area should lend itself to a little more power. And if you put that down here, then in an area where you're getting no leverage in general, if you make contact with the ball down here, you want this foam as soft as possible. Not trying to, give up the secret sauce here, but yeah, I felt like the Boomstick has a little bit of a bigger sweet spot too. So it's not just about the power. I feel like it's just a little bit of a bigger sweet spot, a little bit more power, a little bit more pop. The Boomstick compared to this, but this will give you a little bit more control on fast swing speed shots. And I felt like when I was hitting flicks, I was a little more confident that they would come back down, that they would go in. So this paddle is, maybe a little bit more suited for somebody that wants to play aggressively and take a lot of balls out of the air, hit some flicks. For a full foam paddle, I felt like it's definitely something where I felt more connected to the ball than some other full foam paddles. And I think that if you were to take power and pop, you'd put Boomstick here, Loco here, Honolulu J6CR there. And yeah, I think at the end of the day, this is a good all-around paddle. If, when I was going into this, I saw that it won Paddle of the Year with a lot of reviewers, and now I'm kind of assuming that those reviewers were factoring in price point or quality control stuff that may have been an issue with the Boomstick, because I feel personally that I still like the Boomstick better, and I hate to say it because I used to use Selkirk and I was never given the chance to use a Boomstick. I had to use this, and trust me, Selkirk is not paying me to still rank the Boomstick as #1. Interestingly enough, actually, we have another special paddle coming out, special paddle review. You already know what this paddle is, and that's gonna be the #1. That's gonna overtake the Boomstick. I already have done the review. That's actually my personal favorite paddle, and no, it is not an RPM. So yeah, this one is, I've got it just ranked just above the J6CR. How I would compare this to the J6CR is, this is a little bit more powerful than the Honolulu, definitely a little more poppy on volleys, but the reason that I like this better is because on resets and drops, the Loco is still pretty good. It's not amazing on resets and drops, but it's a power paddle, so that would make sense. I think it is pretty good. So yeah, in sum, trying to be as untechnical as possible here because I know you guys don't care about the carbon fiberglass stuff. You know, we're not going Chris Olsen here. Actually, he's pretty. He doesn't go that deep into it, but basically, it's good all around. It doesn't have any glaring weaknesses, but it has pretty elite power, pretty elite pop, more so than power. And those are two different things. I've explained that on my last podcast or review. I don't know if this even qualifies as a podcast. So good all around and great in one area. And that makes a paddle very good. I think it's, and if you are, for the record, factoring in durable grit into your decision with the Selkirk Boomstick versus this, don't. I prefer the Boomstick to this, and it has nothing to do with the fact that it has infinite grit. I think both of those grits last the same. I've used the Boomstick for quite some time, and now seeing this after, yeah, they both, it's normal. I mean, for these paddles, there's no special grit, and they wear down, and the Boomstick says it has infinite grit, but I'll show you mine. It's pretty smooth. If you use it, it smooths the surface pretty quickly. Not pretty quickly, but just no better than any normal peel ply. So that's all we got. Just my unbiased reviews. As you can tell, I have a lot of fun doing these. This is kind of like my side hobby. I don't have an affiliate code. I've got no reason to do these other than it's just fun. And I know there's been some people on Facebook saying, hey James, you better stop doing those reviews because you own a paddle company. And I get it. Maybe I should stop, but at the end of the day, it's just fun to do it. And you know, that's the only reason I do it. Maybe I should get an affiliate code. Somebody start giving me a code, you know? I'm just joking. Okay, thanks. Bye.